My name is Dulcimer Doug, and I am the elevator music man. I drove around and there were no open campgrounds that weren't occupied. And here was this flameless, smoky fire with two people huddled around it. They didn't say anything. It was dark. Their fire was not flaming. And so I thought, well, I have some good wood. I'll go back to my vehicle and I'll bring some good wood. Brought that over. And it took quickly, and the fire lit up our faces. They could see me, and I could see them. And I asked them again if I could join with them to camp, and they still didn't answer me. And I thought, well, maybe they don't speak English. I thought, well, I have one more strike. If they don't answer me, I'll have to find another place to camp. And so I went and got my dulcimer and went and played for them. Ode to Joy, which was the only song I'd developed any confidence in playing. Halfway through the song, there was a young lady. She stood up and said, Beethoven, with all the exuberance you could put into a statement like that. And they told me that in Japan, they revere Beethoven, and they have festivals celebrating his music. Proved to me the power of music. It uplifts, it elevates everyone. It's contagious. I play this instrument and have done for the last 9 years. I wasn't very musical back when I was 66 years old, but I feel like my performance has improved some. Well, I was at a gathering, a primitive skills gathering in Rexburg, Idaho. It was cold, and I was looking for a place to shelter, and so I went to the guy. His name was Ray Jacobs. We climbed in the back of his old Toyota pickup. We spent the whole day building a dulcimer. I couldn't play it because after we were finished, we crawled out of there, and I had a playable instrument, but I couldn't play it. And so I took it back to my camp and thought no more about it. Till on Friday, here comes Ray and Shirley, his wife, to my camp and asked me to go for a hike around this beautiful place where we're camped. And he stopped and looked me in the eye, and he says, my wife and I have discussed this at length, and we've decided we'd like you to carry on our legacy of building these dulcimers. And my oldest son, who was in camp, he said, Dad, if you don't do this, you'll regret it the rest of your life. It's hard to build something for others without being able to play it yourself. I was a painting contractor, and before that I was a painter. It was my left hand, and so the left hand was doing all the dunking in the solvents, and it affected the nerves in my hand to a point where my hand wouldn't function. It would actually lock up and go into a spasm and wouldn't open. Even when I looked at it, it wouldn't open. And it slowed my fingers up, because your left hand is the key. That's what's connected to my brain, is that left hand, and it's critical. So I went to our church leader and I asked him that he might give me a blessing, and asked for healing from my hand. And it didn't come, the results. And so when I was asked by my daughter to go to the primitive skills gatherings, that's where I built the dulcimer, and my hand awakened, my nerves reconnected, I guess, and I was able to control my hand in a way that I never dreamed it would. To take over for somebody of their talent and their skill, they had unbelievable skill. So I was a little intimidated by his abilities. Music isn't just playing that, it's also performing for others. And that was, I'm still working on being able to perform without, the nerves and the butterflies that you get from performance. My theme song is Ode to Joy by Beethoven. And there's quite a story behind that. I generally leave out a dulcimer for anybody who wants to play and give it a go. They can pick it up and play. And this young man, I would estimate, was around 10 to 12 years old. He sat down and played Ode to Joy. Wow, that sounds so good on my dulcimer. And he played it so well, I thought, man, I'm gonna learn that. Because it was already in my head, I knew what it was. And that gets back to my inner Beethoven. We all have recorded music as good or better than digital in our minds. And whether we use our voice to get that out or an instrument, I believe that people tap into their godlike qualities as being a creator. It's Mandarin, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I speak Mandarin, yeah. Different accent though, different accent than the Chinese people.
Well, I want to hear you sing.
I don't know how to sing.
Oh, man.
Everybody
Everybody can sing. Sing a primary song.
See, I'm a child of God.